everybody, Erin English here. I just wanted to check in with you on this beautiful spring day, and I wanted to do my filming outside because it is such a nice day. I couldn't be in any longer. So today we'll have two things to talk about. We're actually a couple things about our presentation on Tuesday night. The presentations are at 6 o'clock and they're also at 7:30, so make sure you know which time you're going to be signed up for. The times are on the same document as your partners were on, so just make sure you're checking in with that. I'm assuming that most of you, or hopefully all of you, have already either completed your project or that you have made contact with your partner and you have a plan to complete your project by Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. roughly. I mean, it's 11:59, but if you can get it done by then, that would be great. Actually, I need it done by then. What I'll do is on Monday I'll be uploading all the projects and put them in order, sequence, and to be able to have them ready. When you're naming your projects, if you guys could name your projects one of your first names. Okay, so don't name it legal issues happening at my school. Name it Mary Jo, something like that, so that I know when I'm pulling your project up whose project I'm pulling up. And it only needs to be one of your names, not all three of your names or two of your names, depending on how many people are in your group. So that should take care of the logistics. Get your project in by 12:59, or I'm sorry, 11:59. Name your project something that I can find. This will also be a test to see if you listen to these videos, just saying. So, and then the other thing is your time. This time is 7 or 6 or 7:30. The next thing, a couple people have contacted me asking about the topic and how they're supposed to go deeper into the topic of the issue at their school. Okay, so for instance, let's talk about dress code. So let's say you have a problem with dress code at your school and you have kids that are wearing shirts that have a signage on them or something like that. So what you may want to consider is what the decision that you would make about that shirt or those shirts that would cause you to get sued. The shirt itself, the words itself, are not going to get you sued, nor disciplining a child is not going to get you sued. But is it freedom of expression? Is it freedom what amendment? There has to be a reason behind every decision to have somebody get sued at a school. The principals are always walking a fine line of being sued or not. Every day, every decision you make, it's almost like you think, okay, what is the law behind this that would require me to act a certain way or make a certain decision? That's the kind of issue I want you to go to, not so much your board policy or your or even ed code. Ed code's it is true, but actually kind of go deeper and look at the law, because typically you don't get sued for ed code. You get sued for things that you're breaking the law from, or so it's not even like the union contract. It is actually the law. For instance, the ELD. If you found out your school is struggling with ELD designated time, that you are not using the designated time correctly, go deeper and deeper that and kind of cite the law that says students have to have ELD designated time. Right now, that's the law. Or if you can go that deep with your issue. So I want it to be a big enough issue to where that is, it could go either way with the lawyers, or it could go either way with advocates or special ed or something like that. So try to go as deep as possible. You don't need to go deeply into the law or deeply into the case, just enough to show that you know that there is something that you could get sued for. That's the purpose of this project is twofold in purpose. Is that you need to know that all your decisions are always that you make are always under scrutiny. Not so much in the classroom. They are always under scrutiny in a classroom for either 32 or 180 students that you have. You're always under scrutiny. But your decisions in your office, they affect so many more people, and you're under scrutiny to get sued all the time. Teachers, not so much. And you wouldn't get sued personally. It would be your district, or you'd be in the paper. So I always think of why would this be in the paper? Why would a lawyer be contacting me? Why would I be, why would this be scrutinized? So look at it from that perspective, that lens. I think that's all I have for Tuesday night. We're going to be meeting Tuesday night, and I look forward to that. Keep your presentations brief. I know it's going to seem briefer than typical. If you want to add more information to your slides, oh, please, by all means do, to show me that you know your topic. That would be appreciated. The other thing is I will have your papers graded. I'm halfway through them now. Some of you might have already received your grades. I'm very impressed with them, so much so that I'm really reading them thoroughly just to make sure I get to know you as a writer, and I want to try to point out some things that you can correct if you do need any kind of corrections. Right now, like I said, I'm very impressed with your writing style and your APA formatting and things like that. I don't have anything right now, but if you do have something, contact me. I'm trying to return emails within a few hours if I'm available. So if you don't hear from me, write back and say, hey, I didn't hear from you. Do you have an answer or something?